So why would you be watching a video from a guy that has, at this point, probably very little views and probably very little subscribers on the channel? Well, the reason for that is because this is a secondary channel. And the reason I've started the secondary channel is because I want to use this channel to talk to people like me, who are over 40 or more, because I want to talk to people like you, people that are over 40, over 50, 60, doesn't matter. But the reason for it is because I wanted to start a YouTube channel for a long time, and I didn't have the courage to do it. I was concerned about, what people thought, what I'd look like on camera, what would I even talk about, and then there was a whole kind of anxiety about, what if people at work, if family members, of people like that, what if they saw the video, what would they say? So that took a good year. It took a good year to get over that and to just pluck up the courage and pick up the camera and just start doing something. I watched countless videos on YouTube, as you've probably done as well, because there's lots of people out there. There's lots of people out there on YouTube, like me, like you, that are talking about starting a YouTube channel. Giving advice, telling you how to do it, telling you how to get over the anxiety, all that kind of stuff. So there's plenty out there. But why did I do it? So something happened to me in my career. I just not long turned 41, and in my career I suppose reached a point where I realised that giving all your time and energy to a business, for me just didn't work for me anymore. Now, I still work full time, and that's absolutely fine, but the point is, I realised that that's not what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. Now, quite a morbid thing to think about is, when you reach 40, you could say it's a halfway point, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But what I didn't want to do was waste the next part of my life doing something on a day-to-day basis that I wasn't enjoying doing, that I knew wasn't giving me the fulfillment that I needed in my day-to-day life. I've always had an interest in YouTube, I've always had an interest in teaching people, I've always had an interest in content and being creative, and that's where YouTube came in for me. I'd spent a lot of time watching people on YouTube, watching people do things that I'm interested in, and I was thinking to myself, I could do that. I could actually do that. But it took a long time to, like I say, pluck up the courage and actually do it. So after a year of deliberating and a year of messing about with the camera and a year of figuring out what it is I wanted to speak about and how I was going to do it, I just did it. So I created my first video in the niche that my main channel is in. I filmed it, didn't think too much about it, and I uploaded it. And I just left it. I uploaded it and I just left it. And a few days later, I checked the YouTube Studio app and saw that it was actually gaining quite a lot of traction and people were interested in what I had done and what I was doing in the video. And the point of this video is not to talk about how many views I got, but the point of this video is it's okay to just post your video. It's okay to worry or kind of worry, is it good enough, and what are people going to think? That's alright, but you're never going to know until you post it. And that's what happened. I posted it and it gained traction, and that encouraged me to make the next video and the next one and the next one. And by doing that, my channel gained subscribers, it gained views, it obviously released those endorphins that made me want to do more and more. So for me, it's at the age of 40, I suppose it's now or never. And it could be the same for you as well, but you don't have to be 40. You can be above, you can be 50, you can be 60. It doesn't matter. But the point I'm trying to make is, if you're interested in taking your life in a different direction, if you're fed up, you know, with the day-to-day, the grind, or if like me, you've realised that getting up every morning, going to work for somebody else isn't what you want to do anymore, then my advice to you is you know, pick up the camera and start filming and start talking about what it is you want to talk about. Remember as well, you don't need a camera. I'm using my phone and a selfie stick here, and I've got my phone turned around the other way so that the main lenses are focused on me, so that, you know, I get the best image. So I've not even got it on selfie mode. So, you know, when I finish this video, I don't know if it's framed properly, whatever else, but I don't think it'll matter, because the people that I'm targeting, people like you that are watching this, won't really care too much about that. They'll care more about the message and any advice that I'm able to give. The other thing is as well, if you see a video from someone else and the framing, the quality, whatever, isn't perfect, then it shows you that it's okay for you to go ahead and make a video that might not be perfect either. That's fine. But the point is, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what your first couple of videos look like. The important thing is the message. Say something that people like you, like me, are going to be interested in. Talk about stuff that excites people, that inspires people. And because of, you know, being the age that we are now, you know, we do have a lot more life experience. We do have a lot more things to say that people will be interested in. And that's the thing, you know, people that are older don't necessarily want to hear from someone who's maybe 20 years younger. Not that they don't have anything great to say, or, you know, they're not knowledgeable, but I just feel like we want to hear from people that are like-minded. We want to hear from people that are, I suppose, on the same journey, that are worried about the same things, and want to do the same things. I think for me, starting my YouTube channel was about creating freedom for myself. So a lot of people start YouTube for a lot of different reasons. Some people are hobbyists, some people want to leave a legacy, some people do it for family, some people don't know. But a large portion of people, or the biggest percentage of people, I assume, do it because they want to make money. They want their channel to be monetized. They want to create content that people love, and they want to see some money coming in and making a living. Is that why I did it? Well, yeah, it is. I mean, you've got to enjoy it first. So I enjoy. Somebody come by on a bike. I enjoy filming, I enjoy editing. Do I know a huge amount about it? Well, I know some, and I'm self-taught, but I enjoy it first and foremost, so that helps. But for me, it's about creating a freedom. It's creating a freedom at this stage of my life to be able to do what I want when I get up in the morning, so that I can be there in the important times, so that I don't have to worry about scheduling conflicts when there's an appointment for my kids, or if there's an important date coming up, or things like Christmas and important holidays and things like that. For me, it's about creating that freedom to make the decision to work when I want to work. And you know, that might sound like quite a far-fetched idea, but it isn't, because people are doing it. And there is people on YouTube showcasing the possibilities of what it is you can do, and that you can be that person. But you've got to start somewhere, and you've got to start by picking up your camera, picking up your phone, and just talking about whatever it is you want to talk about, and get it uploaded. And just wait and see, but don't obsess over stats or views or anything like that, because trust me, take it from me, if you start obsessing about stats and views and things like that, that's when it becomes difficult, because you start to worry that your content's not any good. You start to worry that nobody's interested in what you've got to say. You start to feel demotivated, and and then suddenly you're like, oh, well, what's the point? Should I even bother? And yes, you should. You absolutely should. Like I say, don't worry about stats and things like that. Worry about just actually doing it. Worry about creating the content. Worry about uploading it. And let YouTube and the algorithm do its thing. Because if you create a video that's interesting and people want to listen to you, and you've got a point that needs to be shared, and people are really, engaged in listening to you, then that's all you need to do. YouTube will do the rest. Yeah, you need to make sure you've got a good thumbnail, and you need to make sure you've got keywords, and you need to make sure there's a good title. That's all a given. Of course you need to do that. Do those things, but make sure the video itself actually has a good message and people are interested. Post it and let YouTube do what it needs to do. And once you've posted the first one, post the next one, and the next one after that. And you'll start to see a gradual following. You'll start to see people that are interested. You'll see people commenting. You'll see people liking. And that will give you the encouragement that you need to keep going. And that's what I did. So like I said, this isn't my main channel. This is my secondary channel. And the reason that I created a secondary channel is because what I'm talking about here has nothing to do with what I do on my main channel. And from what I've learned, over the past while, mixing niches isn't always the best way to get your video seen by the people you want to see it. The other thing is, the stuff that I do in my main channel, people that watch that most likely aren't interested in what I'm talking about just now. And that's the beauty of YouTube. You can create as many channels as you want and talk about as many different things as you want. So yeah, but just do it. Just start. Just get it uploaded and don't tell anybody. But just do it. Wait and see what happens. But don't get discouraged, because the old saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. Well, of course it wasn't, but you've got to start somewhere. And you can't start anywhere if you don't have a digital asset, a video to showcase and to tell people what it is you want to tell them. So listen, that's my message for today. It's a short video. It's probably a bit scatty. I didn't write a script. I didn't bring cue cards. Didn't do any of those things. I just went for a walk and just decided to talk about what it is I wanted to talk about. Will it get views? Don't know. Will anybody like it? Don't know. But you know what? If I post it on this second channel and one person sees it, two people see it, and it helps you, or it gets a message across, then that's fine. At least it's done what it needs to do. But I'm on a journey now. I'm clear about where I want to go with my life now that I'm over 40. I've decided that freedom to do what you want, freedom to decide when you get up, freedom to decide when you go to work, when you don't go to work, freedom to decide what I'm going to do for the day. To me, that's more important than lots of money. And of course, listen, we all know it, money's important, but it's not everything. And I suppose the thing for me is, without sounding too corny or cheesy, I think freedom makes me feel rich, not money. Of course you want enough money to be able to do the stuff you need to do. You need to pay bills, and you need to be able to have fun stuff and create memories. But as long as you're getting enough to do that, the freedom to be who you want to be, and the freedom to be with your family and your kids and decide on a day-to-day basis is probably more important. And that's why I'm talking about this, because it's definitely something that anybody can do. But even more so if you're at that, shall we say, halfway point in your life. You know, don't procrastinate. Just pick it up. Pick up the camera and do it. Post it. And just have the confidence that everybody is unique and everybody has something to say. And yeah, and let's see the results. But look, I really appreciate you watching this, if you did watch it, and if you watched it to the end, to like right now, then thank you, because goodness knows what you thought, because there was no script, there was nothing here. It was just me talking about things that have kind of come into my head. The audio might not be great because I don't have a microphone, but hopefully the wind, it's not very windy today, mind you, but hopefully the wind didn't interfere too much with the message I was getting across. So look, thanks for watching. If you're over 40 and you want to start a YouTube channel, just start it. And good luck. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video. See you later.